I'm not a failure. Which means you don't care where I don't care where I'm at right now. I justified any sin. I know I'm wrong and I'm going to get it right. But I got to know right now that I can get it right. There's something down in my soul that God sees good in me when nobody else sees good in me. And God calls his preachers to preach to you, just straight to you this morning, and said, maybe you may be in a busted situation. Maybe it seems like everything is just jacked up right now. But God said he got some genes down inside of you. I don't care what they're saying is in your blood system. I don't care what they're saying about your marriage. I don't care if the joker left you and never come back. Don't make no difference. God said that you don't need him to be whole. All you need me to be whole. And then you are complete. He says, I can bring you from bankruptcy. I can bring you from a no job situation. I can bring you back and you don't even have a ride. And you got to get SR22, but I give you 777 driver license number. I give you the perfect. God said, I will raise you up. God says, I don't care if you found foreclosure. He said, I don't care if you're headed for bankruptcy. I don't care if your whole family didn't invite you to the Christmas party. It don't make no difference. God said, I still can regenerate you, which means I am good. And what I like about God, he ain't going to prop something up just to hook it up and make it fix up. Understand, he will bust the whole house down and build you back again another vessel. God says, I will lift you up so high. Let me tell you something. Can I testify? Say, testify, Pastor. Understand that God will lift you up so high and you never can get the honor and glory for it because you know the real deal, Holyfield, where you should have been down in the ground. But God will turn you around. God will lift you straight on high. And God says, and then God says, Negro, I dare you to steal my glory. I dare you to tell them how awesome you is because you know the real deal. I will remove it from you in a twinkling of an eye. God says, give me praise for it. I'm telling you something. I'm not here preaching myself. I am preaching myself as a failure. You are looking at a failure that God regenerated. That God changed. That God began to make over. And if God done it for me, he can do it for you. If you believe it, shout a yes. Come on, get with me in this house this morning. So therefore, watch this now. So you'll see that you are regenerated. You are regenerated. It's changed on the inside. You still got the same bunions on your feet before you came to Christ. You still got the ugly knuckles and ugly hands. You still got that right there. Or maybe not you. But anyway, you still have all that. You still got all the mold on you. You still got all the same stuff. It's not the outside that'll change first. It's the inside that's going to change first. Understand that I heard somebody say this. That's Yeah Dog. They was on TV. It was a documentary. It was Alcatraz documentary. And one of them, they went and looked at them. They cussed. And they were getting these men behind prison. And one of them that seemed intelligent, they came to, he went to the camera. He says, listen here, America. He said, I may be in prison, but I'm not in prison in my mind. Some people can be in prison or in a bad situation, but their mind is still free. How do you know when that's you? When you have bounced a check, but you still see yourself taking a trip to Jamaica. When here you is ain't got no beans, no cornbread, you ain't got no meat, you ain't got nothing, but you sitting over here saying, baby, when God get through blessing us, I'm going to hook you up a porterhouse. I don't know when it's coming. I don't know how it's coming, which means you may be in a bad situation, but you're not in prison or in bondage in your mind, which means you know that something better is coming down the pipe. I told them Wednesday night that God will he'll take you from being a player hater to a favor hater, where people will hate the favor that's on your life. Somebody shout favor. God is trying to establish some favor upon you. I prophesied that last Sunday upon the house. And I don't know about you, but it's a few people, including myself. Within 24 hours, we begin to see favor in our life displayed. God said, I will pour favor upon you. And whenever I pour favor upon you, it's not upon your statue. It's not upon your resume. I don't just give you good credit because you paid on time. He said, I'm going to be a God to see if you draw nigh to me. I'm going not to you. God just want to see you. He said, I am a rewarder of those that diligently seek me. He didn't say I'm a rewarder of those that find me. He said, if I see you try to get to me, I give you something. Which means you don't have no excuse. Well, this is why I'm not doing this. This is why I'm not. You don't have no excuse. God said, I just want you to try to do right. I just want you to make an effort to do right, because if you take one step, he said, all of a sudden I come closer to you, and all of a sudden where you are deficient at, I will make you able to do it. Let me say that again. Where you are deficient or negligent at, or you're understanding you're not making up to the grade or the par where you're lacking at, God said that's when my strength is made perfect in your weakness. So you have in the text here, you have that the prodigal son, I don't like to call him the prodigal son because the Bible never calls him that. Understand that he was wasteful, that it does describe him, but he was not always a wasteful. He went through, so that's almost like calling me Mr. Foreclosure. Yeah. I'm not foreclosure. I may experience foreclosure, but that don't mean I'm foreclosure. They're like calling me, hey, alcoholic, come here. No, I'm not an alcoholic. I may have been an alcoholic, but that don't mean I am. Don't call me the prodigal son. Don't call me the alcoholic son. Because people will label you what they know you of. Come on, if I ain't preach, I preach right there. People will label you and call you something, give up on you when God haven't given up on you. I learned something from Junior, and I mean this from the depths of my spirit. He said, man, bump people. If you get anything else in your spirit, you better get that in your spirit right there. I'm talking about jokers who always want to hold you down and want to doubt on you and hate on you and negative on you. Bump them jokers and go to God, because when they don't see no good inside of you, God still see good inside of you. Now watch this. This is a stretching here, one size fit all. That most of us in this generation now, we don't like people who talk like this. And some of them probably don't like it now because we see you as arrogant and cocky, when really your definition is messed up. It is confident. It means I read the word, didn't hear your word, but I read whose report will you believe? I heard you, I heard this. You can get with this or you can get with that. I'd rather get with this because this where it's at. Understand that I got to get in the Bible, which means I will choose to believe God, because I'll believe God. Believe God and let every man be a liar. I'm just going to be confident and convinced that I am somebody. You may not think so, but stay tuned and watch the next episode before it's over with. Oh, come on, somebody. I said before it's over with, God's going to lift you up. If you know their shoe, give them praise now.